The Bodhisattva's first stage. When the Bodhisattvas have well accumulated the roots of goodness, have well lived their lives, have well borne their burdens, have well attended on the appearings of Buddhas, have well amassed good qualities, have well attached themselves to good friends, have acquired good motives and abundant intentions, are endowed with high dispositions, and tend to pity and compassion, the thought of enlightenment arises. For their desire for Buddha knowledge, for attaining the 10 powers of a Buddha, for attaining the 4 great confidences, for acquiring the Buddha qualities of sameness, for saving all the world, for the purification of great pity and compassion, for attaining complete knowledge in the 10 directions, for purifying without attachment all Buddha fields, for perceiving the one moment of the appearance of a Buddha in the 3 times, past, present, and future, and for great confidence in turning the wheel of the doctrine, the thought of enlightenment arises in bodhisattvas. A bodhisattva, through the sudden arising of the thought, passes over and goes beyond the stage of the common person. He or she becomes born to the bodhisattva rule. He or she becomes irreproachable in the family of the Tathagatas. He or she is removed from all discussion about birth. He or she goes beyond all destinies of the world. He or she abides in a supramundane destiny. He or she is well established in the real nature of bodhisattvas. Through the nearness of bodhisattvas, he or she is attached to sameness. He or she is bound to the lineage of the Tathagatas of the 3 times, and his or her final aim is enlightenment. Furnished with such qualities, the bodhisattva is established on the stage of joy or pramudita with the application of steadfastness. The bodhisattva, now standing on the joyful bodhisattva stage, abounds in joy, graciousness, delight, elation, elevation, eagerness, energy, with freedom from rage, from wish to injure, and anger. Thus the bodhisattva becomes joyful, remembering the Lord Buddhas, the Buddha qualities, the bodhisattvas, the bodhisattva practices, the distinctions of the bodhisattva stages, their dispersal, the exhortation and instruction of the Tathagatas, the achieving of the good of beings. He or she becomes joyful, remembering his or her purpose to enter into the knowledge of all the Tathagatas, and becomes still more full of joy, saying, I am separated from the sphere of the whole world. I have passed over to nearness to the Buddha stage. I have gone far from the stage of the ignorant and common person. I am near to the stage of knowledge. I am cut off from falling into any evil destinies. I have become a support for all beings. I have drawn near to beholding all the Tathagatas. I have arisen in the sphere of all the Buddhas. I have attained to the sameness of all the bodhisattvas. Gone are all my fears and terrors and stupefacients. So saying, he or she displays joy. Why is that? Because as soon as a bodhisattva reaches the stage of joy, 4 fears entirely disappear, namely, the fear about getting a livelihood, the fear of disgrace, the fear of an evil destiny, and the fear about confidence in assemblies. Why so? Because with the disappearance of the idea of self, he or she has no affection for self, much less for anything subordinate. Hence, he or she has no fear about a livelihood, nor does he or she long for any honor through contact with anyone, except for the thought that he or she must apply every kind of help to these living beings. Hence, he or she has no fear of disgrace. With the disappearance of the view of a self, he or she has no idea of a self, and hence he or she has no fear of death. He or she thinks that even if he or she is dead, he or she will not be separated from the bodhisattvas, so he or she has no fear of an evil destiny. He or she thinks that there is no one like him or her with a support in the whole world, much less beyond, and so he or she has no fear about confidence in assemblies. Thus, all fear and terror and stupefaction and hair-raising are gone. Again, the Bodhisattva, by putting forward great compassion with unvitiated special earnestness, is still more trained in completely attaining all the roots of goodness.